Hey guys, hope you're having a great day today. Today is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday morning to you. I hope that your morning is going well. Today is going to be a cook and bake with me food vlog. I am excited. I don't feel like I've made a lot of food in a while. I know, sounds crazy. I have a large family. You would think that I'd be making food, but I just feel like the last few weeks we've had family here, and you know we've shared with Aunt Julie, then we had Grandma and Ashton were here, then we had Lauren's shower, and so we didn't make food for the shower, but I feel like we've just been eating like whatever, just cook and grab, easy chicken out of the freezer, or just simple things to throw together. And I haven't baked a lot of stuff because I've had a lot of stuff in my pantry. Grandma came and we did shopping, grocery shopping with Grandma, and we had a whole lot of treats. And so I just feel like I haven't done a whole lot of baking or doing anything like that. So today I thought, get back to a little bit of basics, get back to a little bit of baking. It's kind of like that fall-y kind of weather outside, not completely. I hopefully will go in the pool today, but we'll see. It feels a little chilled, like summer or winter, not summer. What is the season? Fall is upon us, and it's going to be a little bit cooler outside. So I thought, why don't I bake some food and stick it in the freezer, because my freezer is pretty much like empty. This one is empty. This has mostly like little containers full of stuff, mostly bananas and soups, things like that. My other freezer, I'm basically onto like one or two shelves. It's mostly stuff that I've been getting recently, like to bulk back up on, like on meats and stuff like that. And so I don't have a lot in there, which is good. That's a good thing. I'm trying to use up what I have. And so I thought, why don't I do some baking and then do some freezing for it so we can grab some out, because we are going to start school soon. I was looking back at my old vlogs, and I was like, about a year ago, about this time, I started doing freezer meals and things to have in the freezer on hand, because when school starts, life gets busy, and your time that you have extra is dedicated to doing schooling with the children. So all the fun things like baking and cooking get put back, more on a back burner of things. And so I thought, why don't I do that today? And so I'm going to try a bunch of new recipes today, which I'm excited for. And I'm also excited because I've got my stand mixer, and way back in the day when we had chickens, I remember finding at a garage sale, we had garage sales, a pasta maker, and it was like a manual one, and I thought, and it was like $5, and I was like, this was the deal of the day for me. And so I remember making my own pasta and like rolling it out by hand and making the sheets of pasta, and I was like, and I really didn't know what I was doing. There was no like Google how do you do this type thing. It was more like whatever book you can get from the library, hopefully the recipe would be correct. And so I remember making it, and I was like, okay, this was really good. We ended up making more like just the sheets of pasta, and I did like a chicken pot pie with that. Well, I've been thinking about doing it for the kids just to make homemade pasta. We've been buying stuff. My phone is beeping. And so I thought, I've got this attachment right here to go on my stand mixer, and it just cuts it all out for you. So I'm excited to try this today. So we're gonna make some homemade pasta. My kids really like pasta. We've been eating a lot of it lately. We've been doing, and I'm getting the thicker noodles, like the Amish made ones, which are these homemade noodles. And I thought, my goodness, don't mind my phone. If we could make something like that, that would be something fun and different to do. So I'm gonna make some homemade pasta today. So we'll be watching for that. And then my mom left me with a bunch of recipes to do. I was thinking about making apple cider donuts. Watch for that Friday. But she gave me this recipe for apple fritter cake. I don't even know where she copied it from, but here it is. So I'm like, that looks really, really good. So I think I'm gonna start off by making this, because it's in the oven for about an hour. I've got a few other things to make. It's just gonna be a great day of making a whole bunch of delicious foods, and then we can package them up and put them in the freezer and then take them out as we need them. So you guys ready for a great large family making fresh pasta day? Oh yeah, I'm excited for it. So let's get going, get an earbud in, and we're gonna make some delicious food. Let's go. All right, I'm gonna put the recipe on the screen. What you do step by step, basically, you're gonna be peeling some apples. So I bought some apples. I'm gonna dice them up, and then I'm gonna coat them with a bunch of stuff. Then we'll mix up in the mixer all the cake stuff. It's gonna be delicious. I'll put the recipe on the screen.
I've got this feeling, I'm feeling you could be the one. I see no reason why I should ever let you go. Don't wanna wake up if I'm dreaming, because you know I can't get enough of this feeling you're giving me. Don't wanna wake up, no, I don't wanna wake up. I don't wanna wake up without you, baby, without. I wouldn't know what to. Baby, without you, I wouldn't know what to. Sometimes I forget to breathe. I'm looking in your eyes, wish you could see the things I see. I don't wanna wake up if I'm dreaming, because you know I can't get enough of this feeling you're giving me. Don't wanna wake up, I don't wanna wake up, don't wanna wake up.
All right, this looks really, really good. I'm interested to see, because the apples are on top as well as in the middle, how that's gonna work for baking. So we'll see. I'm doing it just as it says here, so we'll see. It had it lined with parchment paper, and I don't have parchment paper, so I'm gonna hope it comes out of the pan good. But you're gonna put this in the oven for an hour, 60 to 75 minutes. So while that's baking, since it's taking a small part of my oven up, I'm gonna make something else. Let me see what's next on my list. All right, so since that's in the oven, I'm gonna do pumpkin bread. I have been making pumpkin muffins forever, and the kids have been eating those for a long time. They got kind of sick of them, so I'm going to stop making pumpkin muffins, and I'm gonna do pumpkin bread. So that's something I can freeze individually as well. So I'm gonna put the recipe on the screen, put it all in the mixer so we can put it in pans and get it in there. Now my goal is, remember I got these humongous cans of pumpkin for $3. They're good until next year, 2023. So I gave some to my mom when she was here. And I'm like, I know it's a huge can, but I'm like, I'm sure it doesn't do good to freeze it. So you have to make a bunch of stuff. So I'm gonna have to utilize this big giant can of making things today. I'm gonna save some, and I'm gonna do pumpkin muffins, or not muffins, pumpkin donuts, probably Friday. I feel like Friday's gonna be my donut day, but for now I'm gonna scoop this out and do some pumpkin bread.
Without you, baby, without, I wouldn't know what to. Baby, without you, I wouldn't know what to. Oh, you know, oh, you know, oh, you know, I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't know what to do. Baby, without, I wouldn't know what to do. Oh, you know, oh, you know, oh, you know. You got me wrapped around your finger. Tell me what you want.
So since I'm utilizing my oven, the top rack is full of all the bread. So underneath I have a spot for something long. And I'm like, what can I make? I'm gonna make individual cherry pies. Not a big pie person. Big giant pies would not get eaten here. So I need to make them individual. I was going to do, and I have this humongous can of cherry pie filling that we bought at the discount store, and I was like, what can I do? And I have all these wonderful pie crusts that we don't really eat, and I was gonna save for Thanksgiving, but I'm like, we'll use these up now. So I was gonna just make like little hand pies and just fold them over, but I feel like every time I make those, the stuff gushes out the side, and I'm always a total failure on that. So when I was searching out hand pies, I saw individual pies in muffin cups. I'm like, oh, genius. So that's what we're gonna do. So I spray my pan here. I'm gonna get my dough here, roll it out, and then cut it into little circles, and then put it in the pie pan. Hello, and I'll cut little strips and do, or some did like the lattice on top, some just covered it. I'll see how much I want to do. So I'm gonna do that next. That'll be something easy, just individual pies. That way they get eaten out. So cherry pie filling will freeze, so this will be good because it's not something we love. Later on, maybe I'll make something, not today, but another day, make like cherry pie bars, something like that, or even like a cherry pie crisp, that kind of thing. But I just did that one pan, that's gonna be good. So let me clean up my mess here and then we'll figure out what else we're gonna make today. Okay, so while the oven is like utilizing, I have everything on each rack. I'm like, do I mix up more and just wait? But I thought, let me start making my dough for my noodles. So this will be something I haven't done in a long time. So I looked, there's tons of recipes everywhere, but I'm gonna use the recipes that came in the box of the pasta roller and cutter attachment, because a lot of times these recipes are the best ones. So you basically put everything in the mixing bowl, mix it up, and then I'm gonna slowly add water to it, and I have to switch out and use my dough hook, let it mix and let it sit for a little bit. And then we'll work on doing the cutter attachment. I'm excited to do this. So something new, something fun to try out. Now, I'm all about just mixing. I can't say I've ever used a dough hook in my mixer ever. I don't think I ever have. One of those things I always did it by hand. So we're gonna use completely, entirely the mixer and see how this goes. All right, so you're seeing me put together my little dough machine here. So this will help. You can roll out dough slices. You can roll them out through the highest thickness setting and place it in the middle of the machine, and it'll just steadily tighten the roller for your desired thickness, which is cool. You're gonna make fettuccine, which I'm gonna make today, which is pretty neat. It's all on the far left of the pasta machine. And then get some good hearty ones like the Amish made ones. You can also make spaghetti, which is good. We love spaghetti around here too, so that'll be delicious. It keeps the blade all in one place without having to sit there and add different attachments to it. And there's 8 different thicknesses, so it goes to different size, whatever you like. And it's very easy to store and clean, which is great. So easy to carry. I'll put it up in my cupboard when it's not into use. So I'm excited to start making some pasta. All right, this is like the first time where you do it and you're like, did I do it right? So I separated my pasta into 8 little sections. I'm gonna do it on my cutting boards here because I just don't like, that's one thing, I always like mixing everything up in a bowl because I don't like the way the dough is on your countertop. So I'm just gonna roll it out. I think I roll it pretty thin, flatten each piece slightly. We're gonna see how this works. And then it says to turn it on to 2 or 4. Let's see how this works. Good. All right, can we do this? We're gonna put it in and see how it works. Oh, look at that. All right, that's not bad. Do I do it again? Yeah, I think you fold it. Let's try that. Okay, so that makes it a little bit more mixed. That's good, okay. We're doing it here. Oh my goodness, all the fun things. Love trying new things. So let's fold that again. Try it again. I don't know, let's see how this works. Let's see, ready? Ready for the fettuccine? Are you ready? I'm ready. Here we go. Look at that. I feel like I have to stop this. Look at that. Look at that. Pasta. Oh, flop. Well, this is exciting. All right, let's keep making this, and we'll just kind of keep going with how we're doing it. That's key. Let me get a plate for this. I feel like a plate for this. Probably get a pot of water boiling. Let me do that first. Pot of water, plate to store this in. We're gonna keep making it. I feel like I should leave it all separated so it's not all sticking together. All right. Well, I'm excited to try some homemade pasta. Let's get the next one rolled out while I'm waiting for that to fill up with water. I guess you don't have to roll it up too bad. That's where I changed the thickness, right? Let me do that. So do this a few times. Hold on. Water's spilling, lots to do. Need some salted water for the pasta. Let me get a good handful of salt. I feel those. Okay, battery's gotta be changed too. So much going on. Hold on a second. Okay, so the stuff in the oven is almost done too. So, okay, I had that wrong. So you want to keep the pasta on the lower number and then roll it through a few times. A higher number makes it thinner. So let's keep going. There are experts out here that do way better than I am, so fill me in if I'm doing something wrong. Okay, over to the oven here. These are overflowing. You know how I always overfill everything. Let's check this. I don't know if that's done or not. No, that's still gooey. See the gooey? That means not done. We're gonna let that cook. Just wipe that off with here, but I feel like this is done. Yep, that one's good. Yeah. You can definitely use a toothpick. I just used a big knife. Let's take these out. This is awesome. I'm excited to cook this and have it. So I'm just gonna make this one batch right now just to see how it is. I've got some spaghetti sauce I had in the freezer. I took that out of the freezer, thaw. We're gonna make this. This is gonna be delicious for today. So these came out of the oven. Look at beautiful, cute. These are cute little pie things individual. I overfilled them, don't overflow them. That's gonna be a cute little cherry pie. All right, we're gonna add our pasta into our water now. All right, so I'm coming over here, shut the cupboard. I had my coconut oil on my stove so I could kind of, from the heat of the oven, would kind of melt it so I could use it again. So I was just reading, you know, because it's always good to read your little instruction booklets that comes with things, but it says pasta can be cooked right after cutting. It can also be dried or frozen for future use. To dry, lay stands of pasta. What do you say strands? Is it strands or stands? Stands of pasta in a single layer on a towel or drying rack, then air dry for no more than an hour, and then freeze in an airtight container. It is not necessary to separate the strands of pasta before freezing. Just dust with flour and form into little nests. Like I know that's how I get it, like when I do my pasta from the Asian market. So this is boiling away. All right, so I'm making some, took out some freezer spaghetti sauce here. I just added a little bit of Italian seasoning in it. This is all heated up. This is perfect. That's what I'm gonna add my pasta too. So if I put it in clumps, it still separates when you go in there. So don't worry about that. Like I was thinking, it's gonna stick all together, and so it actually separates for you. So this is good. I'm just boiling here, and I'm gonna actually put it in. I didn't strain it. I just took it here. I'm just gonna put it in the pasta, in the sauce here. This is gonna be a delicious, easy, either lunch or dinner today. Maybe we'll do a heavier lunch and then a lighter dinner tonight, but that's good. So this is good, just mixing this up in here. This is gonna be delicious. And I got a little Parmesan cheese. I think that's gonna be good. It's nice and thick noodles, those hearty noodles. So those Amish noodles I pay $4 a tiny bag for. Now I can make some in my own little mixer thing. All right, we'll let this boil. Now I gotta do some more. I got everything out of the oven. I gotta make some more baking items. Let me figure out what else we're gonna do. All right, so my pasta I just kind of cleaned up kind of clean up. They're still a mess, but I feel like I'm clean up. The pasta, I want to try it because it looks so good. I put some Parmesan cheese on it just in my bowl, but this looks so good. I love the thick noodles, and I don't really love spaghetti sauce. Look at that. I won't show myself trying to slurp the noodles. Let me let you know how it is. That's really good. They are thick and hearty noodles. You know, you sometimes get noodles and they're thinner, I mean, which is good too, but they're nice and thick, like the Amish noodles. So very good. So I'm loving this. So if you guys want to get an attachment, I'm gonna stick it below the one that I got. Very cool. Delicious. Let me eat this. And the next thing we're gonna mix up is 3rd generation banana cake with chocolate frosting. Grandma gave me this recipe from an old farmer's almanac. So we're gonna make it. I think it'll be delicious. Let's finish eating, then we'll mix it up. Okay, so what I'm gonna do next, the crooked camera here, is, hold on a second, this is all loose. There we go. So what I'm gonna do is make a breakfast morning flax muffin. I think so. I bought all that Ezekiel cereal. Remember the Ezekiel cereal? Right here. It's very plain and not very tasty. It's like a grape nuts with 0 sugar. But it's good and healthy. It's got almonds and stuff in it. Crunchy. It's good. So I'm gonna make a batch of breakfast muffins with it. It's basically banana, and I'm looking at what else isn't there. I thought there's blueberries, and I have some blueberries here. So I'm going to double the recipe, put it on the screen, and we'll taste it, see if it's delicious. So you've got to let this cereal sit just a little bit in the milk so it kind of absorbs it. The longer you leave it, it just absorbs it more. I'm going to leave it a little crunchy in there. Going to add the rest of the ingredients. Okay, so I put these in liners because I don't know how they're going to turn out, whether they'll fall apart or not. I'm sure they'll be fine. Just bake them in the oven. They should be delicious. They taste really good. The batter, I did taste it to make sure it was sweet enough. It does taste good. Okay, today's been a busy day for me. I haven't filmed a whole lot. I've been doing other things in between, and I'm like, oh, I just need to get out of the kitchen. So I'm almost getting there. I'm thinking, what else am I going to make? So I still have a lot of pumpkin, and I still have pie crust out. I'm thinking I'm going to make little mini pies, pumpkin pies, the little individuals like I did the cherry. So I'm going to mix up in my mixer a single pie crust with the pumpkin I have here. Put the rest in the refrigerator for Friday for donuts, and then we're just gonna put them in little muffins and make little individual pumpkin pies. That'll be good. Okay, so we're doing good. I'm getting my stuff cleaned up. I feel like I'll be down to like my frostings. I'll have to make my frosting for my banana cake here, my frosting for my apple thing over there, the one is called apple fritter, and then I'm gonna do the pumpkin pies right now. So I'm gonna take these two and roll them out and just make little muffin cups. I'm not gonna do the top pieces. Do I do the top pieces? The little leaf? No, just let's skip that and leave it open. That'll be good because we can put Miracle Whip on your pumpkin pie. No, Cool Whip on your pumpkin pie. So let's just roll these out. We'll put them on. had a very small amount left over, so I took 3 little tiny silicone liners and put circles in there and put them in here. So this is it. Put these in the oven. All right, let me clean up my mess here and then we'll work on the frosting for the 2 desserts. All right, powering through, I'm gonna get the apple fritter thing done, the frosting. This is the cake. I got a little burn in the corners here, but delicious. I peeled off a couple top pieces, it's good. Just make the glaze, I'm gonna pour it on top. It's gonna be delicious. Okay, taste test. It's good. It tastes like a coffee cake. Now I have a recipe for apple dapple cake. And I have that, maybe I'll link it below. I have it on my blog. That to me, I like that flavor better. Not bad, I'm glad I tried something different, but it's more like a coffee cake. I mean, still good, delicious, but if you want a really good apple cake one, make apple dapple cake. It just has more appley flavors. Not bad, just not like my #1, but not bad at all. So we're still gonna eat it, which is a good thing. All right, that one's done. Now the banana cake, you make it with a chocolate frosting. Let's see what we gotta do here. Saucepan, we gotta cook it till it boils, and then we're gonna put it into an ice bath. Interesting. Okay. We're gonna see, it's gonna be like a light candy bar like frosting. Let's see how that works. I am done in the kitchen. I cut into this banana chocolate cake. The more it sits, the frosting is gonna be like a shiny glaze. Like when I touch it, it's still kind of warm. So I feel like as it sits more, it's gonna be really, really good. So I did cut a tiny piece. It's one of those like, I'm eating sweets all morning, so I'm like tired of it, but I'm sure it's delicious. That's really good frosting. The cake's good too, just light banana cake. Okay, that's good. I just don't eat any more. The muffins here, they held together really good. Look at that. I'm gonna just break it in half. Oh, look at that. That looks good. Healthy muffins. Those are really good. They have just enough sweetness where you don't miss anything. And then these came out of the oven, the pumpkin. This is gonna taste like pumpkin pie, so I'm not gonna eat that, but that'll be really good. I've got 3 more in there, so this is good. All right, so I am finished in the kitchen today. I've done enough baking. All this stuff I'll wrap up and put in the freezer. The muffins, I'll take them out of the wrappers and put them in the freezer in Ziploc bags. The bread, I'll probably just wrap up in plastic wrap. And then leave the apple fritter cake out. That'll probably get eaten in the banana cake, I think will get eaten too. If not, we'll have it for the weekend to go. So in the pumpkin pie, I'll leave those. There's 3 desserts out. We'll see how much gets eaten in the next few days and we'll decide what we put away. So I thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you got some good tips and ideas and things to make. Try a pasta machine maker. That was really, really fun. Pan full of pasta here for dinner tonight. We'll pull some garlic bread and salad. It will be delicious. So I thank you guys for always watching, and you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow with another video. So let's read our proverb for the day. Proverbs 19, on life and conduct. Better is a poor man who walks in his integrity than a rich man who is twisted in his speech and is a short-sighted fool. Also, it is not good for a person to be without knowledge, and he who hurries with his feet, acting impulsively and proceeding without caution or analyzing the consequences, sins and misses the mark. The foolishness of man undermines his way, ruining whatever he undertakes. Then his heart is resentful and rages against the Lord for being a fool. He blames the Lord instead of himself. Wealth makes many friends, but a poor man is separated from his friend. A false witness will not go unpunished, and he who breathes out lies will not escape. Many will seek the favor of a generous and noble man, and everyone is a friend to him who gives gifts. All the brothers of a poor man hate him. How much more do his friends abandon him? He pursues them with words, but they are gone. He who gains wisdom and good sense preserves his own soul. He who keeps understanding will find good and prosper. A false witness will not go unpunished, and he who breathes lies will perish. Luxury is not fitting for a fool, much less for a slave to rule over princes. Good sense and discretion make a man slow to anger, and it is honor and glory to overlook a transgression or an offense without seeking revenge and harboring resentment. That's got glory and honor. And I think I'm going to stop right there. Just kind of stop at the top of my pages. So that's some good things on life. It's called On Life and Conduct. You want to know how to live? Read Proverbs. That'll teach you a whole lot. So, all right, have a beautiful rest of your day. We'll see ya. Bye.